Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M12. It's a Tier 7 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of El Halluf, and this one is under the command of 15JG52 Bayraktar of the Hu clan. Now he's got a 155mm howitzer and 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. Game on. Well, they only made 100 of these Arties. It was built on the hull of an M3, and they built 60 of them in 1942, starting in September, and 40 in March of 1943. So only built them for about a year, or less than a year actually in total, 6 months. So that's quite efficient to actually build that many that quickly. 74 of them were sent overseas to fight. Most of them were sent to Europe. The other 26 were kept for training. Now it's actually a French howitzer, or a French gun actually, mounted on top of the M3 hull. It's a very efficient gun. It's the French cannon, the 155mm, the GPF. Okay, it was proposed in 1941. And they were going to call it the T6GMC, but they changed the name to M12. Now you'll notice that Bayraktar does have this unusual habits. He doesn't realise he's doing them whilst he's playing, and when he actually watches his own replays, sometimes he gets annoyed with himself that he was actually playing with the mouse button, and you'll see this little scrolling in and out, in and out. That's his habit, I'm afraid. He doesn't realise he's doing it. And when he does do it, he then gets annoyed with himself afterwards because he did it. Oh, now he fired at one and suddenly saw the Scorpion hanging over the edge there. If he'd hit the Scorpion, and you can see he was frustrated because he was going in and out with the mouse. Yep, he keeps scrolling the mouse like that, but he doesn't realise he's doing it while he's playing the game, you see, because he's totally focused on the target. Rounds out. This should be good. It is direct hit, and we now know where the enemy Arty is because we just saw 2 tracers coming out from the top of the hill there in grid square A0. Definitely in there. Oh my god, he got the fire! He set light to the Scorpion, he just burned up, so he's just got a kill. Burn, baby, burn. Now, along with the M12, they also had what they called the M30 cargo carrier. It was basically an M3 hull designed for the howitzer, but actually not carrying a howitzer, it was carrying just the shells. It's like an ammunition carrier. And they built a number of those cargo carriers as well, just to follow around after the Arties. In fact, they served in pairs, so you got one M30 cargo carrier operating for 2 M12s. Direct hit on the AMX M445. Now it's a tier 9 game with tier 7 Arty, which means, tier 7 tanks, which means he's going to get 20% extra for each tier 9 that he's hitting in this game. Yeah, I know, he's doing it again. In and out, in and out. I almost want to say something saucy about, does he do like this with his wife? Oh, no, he did get a stun assist there off the BZ-176. It's the sort of thing that can become annoying after a while. Okay, he's gone to the close view there. Let's press the G button and we'll come back out so we can see exactly what's going on. Nobody up there fighting against the TNH. He's actually just working on the corner. But our 50 TP is trying to get a shot on the BZ, and look at that, both Arties aim for the same spot. In fact, our fellow Arty in this game is a GW Panther, and he's only a short distance away from us. And yeah, he's at it again. I think it's what they called obsessive compulsive disorder, isn't it? Yes, OCD. don't worry, you're not the only one who's got OCD. I read this today, some very unusual facts about other people, some stars, celebrities who have OCDs, and some of them are very peculiar. Like, two stars actually have the same problem. Oh, and the TNH loses his head, literally. The stars that I'm talking about actually is Kit Harington, and the other one is trying to think of her name now. Oh, lost that shell. It's Rachel from Friends. Also once married to Brad Pitt. Jennifer Aniston. Yes, they both had the same OCD thing. Apparently, they have to touch the outside of an aircraft before they actually get into it. And in Aniston's case, she actually has to... Oh, almost did lose some hit points there. That was a splash from the Su-14-1. And he probably had the big gun, because he did 146 hit points of damage. Anyway, both Jennifer Aniston and Kit Harington have to touch the outside of an aircraft before they get into it. And in Jennifer Aniston's case, she not only has to touch the outside of the aircraft, she has to enter the aircraft with her right foot only. So she enters the aircraft with that one foot, and then she can, once that foot's inside the aircraft, she can move the other feet in, or the other foot in. So it's strange, she can't enter the aircraft with her left foot. Yeah, that's a big no-no. Some people have some very strange habits. Well, this Waffenträger auf Panzer IV hasn't left the start area. He's still AFK. Rounds out. Oh, the shell landed just long. We've lost sight of him now as well. I did hear some rather unusual habits from some other stars, like I believe that oh crumbs, the name of the singer. There's an American singer who has to brush her teeth 6 times a day. Yeah, she's rather obsessive compulsive on doing that. The same singer who had a song called Fireworks. Yes, you'll probably know her name. I can't remember it for the moment. Yeah. Okay, looking around for a new target. I would look in the corner, actually, because there's definitely enemy Arty up in that corner. You want to pay him back for that shot. He hasn't been able to get any damage on the enemy since the enemy Arty interrupted him. Oh, now he's got the chance. T20. Well, he's going for the same spot. And he fires the round in and immediately looks away. We don't know if he did hit the Waffenträger. You see, if he'd actually stayed on the target, we would have seen if the shell disappeared without there being an explosion, and that would have told us that he got a direct hit. I suspect he did get a direct hit because there's only one shell crater there, which kind of indicates that probably did hit the target. Okay, he's now looking over on the top edge of the map. Our teammates aren't near there, but I think one of the Arty might have actually moved in that general direction. He's just fired another shot at the Waffenträger, just in case he's still AFK. And yes, he's doing his mouse thing again. I mean, the fact is, he does have 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his gun, so he does know what he's doing with the howitzer. The only problem is that it really can be quite annoying when you get somebody who is just doing this in-out thing all the time. Looking for the tracer from their howitzers. Okay, the T-20's been spotted proximity. That was the Shrek who found him. I also like the fact that he has moved position to ensure that he can't be counter-batteried again, because If he keeps moving about, the enemy Arty can't get a bead on him. But we know that one of the American Artys is definitely in this corner, because we saw the tracer emitting from this corner. And they're not firing at the moment. The Waffenträger's been spotted again. And he is missing a lot of hit points, so some of our shots have hit the target, and he's gone. And we just saw the tracer coming out from behind the bushes. He's still not firing though. He's only got 5 rounds of the stun HE left. So he should be taking a few shots. The GW Panther's gone right over to the corner of the map, and we just saw the tracer coming out there, so we know exactly where he is now, or at least he should be able to work this out. No, slightly over to the right, to the left rather, and come on, take a shot. You've got plenty of ammo. The game's soon to end. Oh, he didn't shoot. And that was the GW Panther firing in. And the enemy's fired again. This time it's the T28 HTCs lining up a shot. That's it. Rounds out. Again, he didn't look, but he definitely got a splash hit on the T28. Oh, that's a juicy target. That's a T103. Can we get a shot on him? Again, he's not shooting when he should be. Even if it's a blind shot, you take the shot because there's a possibility you're going to get damaged. The game's going to be over in 4 minutes' time, and you're not shooting, which means you're not clicking up damage. Rounds out. That's better. 199 hit points. The GW Panther files in at the same spot. He narrowly misses. Sturmill, nice target. Thin armor, very good target. Rounds out. This could hurt. 246. He's now starting to pick up the damage. 2 rounds of HE left, or stun HE. GW Panther's attacking from a different angle, and you notice how he's actually now moving along the edge of the map to actually get additional shots. We can go after the T103 or with Sturmill. Sturmill will be a better target because he's very thin armor, and he's the one that's directly threatening the Shrek at this moment. Line the shot up. Rounds out. That's a kill. Denied the GW Panther a shot there because he would have actually got it. But the T103 was stunned, so he must have been near the blast radius of that shell to get stunned. We've got 1 more round of stun HE. We're looking in the corner. That Arty's still up there, but our teammates are now moving in. The T103 just got a hit on the Shrek. There's the Arty. I did say they're up there. He goes for the one who hit him. The SU-14-1 rounds out, and well, at least he took some hit points off the guy after all. Oh, and he's gone. And now the GW Panther's next. And he's gone, and that's the end of the game. And he's still going in and out. Talk about OCD. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for 15JG 52 Baral by Raktar in the M12. He managed to get an Arsonist badge for setting light to the Scorpion and watching him burn up. He also managed to get a Bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14. And a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. The High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And a Confederate for getting, well, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And his win rate was 6,462. So I suppose we can forgive his in-out movements on the mouse slightly. Right, let's have a look at team score. The highest damage was 3,738 hit points of damage. That's a very good score for a tier 7 Arty. Remember, he was hitting tier 9s in that game as well. The second highest damage turned out to be the BZ-176, who got 3,439 but didn't survive the game. And the Shrek managed 3,218, so not bad for them too. When it came to kills, it was shared actually, because both Baral by Raktar, he managed to get 2 kills. So did the BZ176, the KV3, the Borsig, the M2Y, and the Sturemil on the enemy team. One of the tanks he killed, he also got 2 kills. When it came to base XP, he's got that one as well. So technically, he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,321 base XP went to Barar Bayraktar, 1,138 went to the BZ176, and 1,130 went to the Shrek. So only 3 players managed to get over 1,000 base, and he was top. When it came to details, he fired 20 rounds of ammunition. So yes, I believe that was the entire ammunition load of the vehicle. He used up every round with that last shot going to the Su-14-1. If he'd actually killed that one with his last round, and it had been the last kill, then obviously he would have ended up with a Phaeton's medal, but unfortunately only winged the Su-14-1, and he did the right thing as well. He moved forward very fast as soon as he knew a shell was inbound to try and get out of the way of the blast radius. So if you are aiming at an Arty, and he's a long way away, it might be a good idea just to aim slightly ahead of him and let him drive into the shell as it arrives. He got 8 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrating shots. I'm wondering actually which ones he penetrated, but I know one of them must have been it's not the Sturemil. Surprise, surprise. And it wasn't the Su-14-1 either. So it must be the Scorpion. Yes, he got 1 penetrating shot. In fact, he picked up all of the hit points off that guy. It basically was a 1-shot kill for setting light to him. And did he penetrate? No, not that one. I'm looking at these. Oh, the Waffenträger. Yes, the one that he was blind firing at. He got 882 hit points. And one of those shots actually did hit target. So if he'd stayed watching the target, he would have seen that one of the shells disappeared without there being an explosion, and that was a penetrating round. And considering this thing has 600 alpha, used to have 700 alpha until they nerfed it, but it now has 600 alpha and 39mm pen. The Waffenträger was an obvious target because, of course, very thin armor. He was bound to penetrate it if he got one that smacked it, and it did smack it. So he would have been heartened by that if he'd actually watched, but he didn't see, you see, because he looked away immediately after shooting. Anyway, let's go back to the detail. We can see he also got 17 splashes, damage of 3,738, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash from the Su-14-1. Good shot by that guy, not on target. He must have actually had the same luck that Barar Bayraktar had, and the shell landed just a little way away, which meant that he only picked up splash, not actual damage. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, 700 hit points of stun assist off 18 stuns. Now, he earned a profit from the game of 21,339 credits, and he also took away 1,981 experience points altogether, and he called this one Burn Baby Burn M12 Ace Barbecue on Halluf. Well, I suppose a lot of people are having barbecues tonight in America. It is Independence Day. Happy birthday, America, or Happy Rebellion Day, you colonials, as we in Britain would say. No, no grudges. We would have liked if you could have remained part of the United Kingdom, but sadly you went your own way, and now you've probably got the best nation on earth, but there you go. It's our problem. We lost you, not the other way round. Anyway, the lady in question that I mentioned during the game with an unusual habit is Katy Perry. Yes, she has to brush her teeth 6 times a day. I know, it sounds odd. It is very peculiar. Don't believe me? There it is. Katy Perry brushes her teeth 6 times a day. Yep, I know. I read some strange things. I've even got more stranger things to say, but there you go. Sometimes life gets to send you some unusual facts that you can hand on to other people. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that replay. And my own message to the Barar Bayraktar, please watch what happens to your shell when it gets to the other end, because you might have actually known that you got that Waffenträger, or at least you hit him. But a lovely one on the Scorpion G. Burn Baby Burn, killing a Scorpion G with 1 shot. Very nice. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.